I'm Ben Meiselas from the MeidasTouch Network. Special Counsel Jack Smith's team is calling out Donald Trump and Trump's lawyers in a new federal filing, stating that Trump and Trump's lawyers at a recent hearing were trying to deceive the federal judge by not disclosing what their plans were in the other federal criminal prosecution, where they were seeking to delay that trial date, and they acted like they were not seeking to delay that trial date in the other federal criminal prosecution to delay the other federal criminal prosecution. Yep, folks, delay, duplicity. That's the name of the game when it comes to Donald Trump and his legal strategy. Here's the filing right here in the Southern District of Florida before Judge Eileen Cannon. This is the case involving Trump's theft of national defense information and obstruction of justice and making false statements. Notice of defendant's motion to stay proceedings in the District of Columbia. And here's what Special Counsel Jack Smith's team writes in their notice to Judge Cannon about what Trump did before Judge Chutkan after a hearing before Judge Cannon. Yesterday, the court conducted a hearing, referring to Judge Cannon, November 1st, on defendant's motion to adjourn trial, to get rid of the trial date, which is scheduled for May of 2024, in which defendant Donald Trump claimed that trial in this matter, in the Cannon matter, should be delayed in part because of the March 4th, 2024 trial date in the District of Columbia before Judge Chutkan. And the underlying schedule in that case currently require Donald Trump and his lawyers to be in two places at once. Defendant Trump's counsel reiterated that argument during the hearing that took place yesterday on November 1st. However, defendant Trump's counsel failed to disclose at the hearing that they were planning to file, and yesterday evening did file, the attached motion to stay the proceedings, or delay, or basically press pause on the proceedings in the District of Columbia until their motion to dismiss the indictment based on presidential immunity is fully resolved. As the government argued to this court, to Judge Cannon yesterday on November 1st, the trial date in the District of Columbia case should not be determinative. It should not be a determinative factor in this court's decision whether to modify the dates in this matter, in the Mar-a-Lago document case matter. Defendant Trump's actions in the hours following the hearing in this case illustrate the point and confirm his overriding interest in delaying both trials at any cost. The court should not allow itself to be manipulated in this fashion. Signed by Special Counsel Jack Smith, and the main lawyer on that case, the top counterintelligence official, Jay Bratt, signed that pleading. But again, reiterating that Donald Trump's main strategy is to delay both trials at any cost. And that's Donald Trump's strategy, playing the different judges against each other and coming up with an excuse about why both trials should be delayed. And Trump timed it this way. And that's why Special Counsel Jack Smith's team swooped in and called it out, right? November 1, Donald Trump's lawyers argued to Judge Cannon, look, Judge Cannon, there is this March 4th, 2024 trial date looming. All of the dates that are associated with all of our discovery obligations in the Washington, D.C. federal prosecution involving Donald Trump's attempt to overthrow the results of the 2020 election. All of those obligations require that you, Judge, delay what's going on here. And also that trial date could end up impacting this trial date. So you need to move the May 2024 trial date because of the March 2024 trial date in Washington, D.C. To which Judge Cannon, who's doing everything she can to try to help Donald Trump and Trump's lawyers, looked at the lawyers for Special Counsel Jack Smith's team and said, well, isn't that true? Don't you expect the trial date to take place? And isn't that a fair argument that having these two cases at the same times creates some conflicting obligations on the dates? yes or no. And then the lawyers for special counsel Jack's teams responded, there may indeed be potential for overlap, but we don't know that yet. We're going to have to see how both of these cases play out, and that the fact that there's a March 2024 trial should not be determinative on what you're doing in the May 2024 trial. Instead, Judge Cannon, what you should do is you should keep the dates and deadlines that you set, and then if and when there's an actual conflict, not a potential for a conflict of dates, then you can move the May 2024 trial date and related deadlines. But we simply don't know all of the permutations of what could happen.
Hey, as you know, I'm going to be a dad, and the importance of having life insurance has never been top of mind until now. That's why I'm so excited to introduce SelectQuote. SelectQuote has helped people save 50% or more by shopping highly rated insurance carriers. They do the legwork and research for you. And SelectQuote is not just for new parents like me, it's for everyone. Listen to this. SelectQuote found a 40-year-old man a $500,000 policy for only $18 a month, and all of this was in minutes. Want to cross this off your list fast? SelectQuote can offer up to $2 million in instant affordable coverage with no medical exam required. So whether you need a $500,000 policy or a $5 million policy, their licensed insurance agents can help you find the right policy for you, your family, and your budget. Plus, quotes are completely free and take only minutes. We're all busy, but do me a favor. Take a couple minutes today to get your free quote. Go to selectquote.com. That's selectquote.com. You're going to feel so good to check this big item off your to-do list. Details on the sample rate at selectquote.com.
And then Judge Cannon looked at Trump's lawyers, and Trump's lawyers argued this March 2024 date, that we all believe that date's going to happen. And so, no, there's a conflict, Judge Cannon. So that's what Trump's lawyers argued. And Judge Cannon, trying to take any argument she gets from Trump's lawyers, was basically like, okay, I'm not going to make a ruling yet, because Judge Cannon delays everything and tries to avoid making a ruling to cause more delay. So she never made a ruling at the hearing itself. But she said, I'm considering a delay. It seems like a delay is going to have to happen because of the March 2024 case. So then what does Trump do a few hours later? Well, then a few hours after that, files a motion in Washington, D.C. to stay and pause the case there, citing presidential immunity motion. And then Trump requests other dates and deadlines be continued as well, citing the conflicting obligations in the other court. So then Trump seeks the delay or the stay and to try to move the date in Washington, D.C., and tries to play them off each other. And that's why Special Counsel Jack Smith immediately calls Donald Trump out before Judge Cannon and say, see, we told you this is exactly what he does. It's always a delay strategy. Trump only has one move. I gave the example in the other video that I did. It's like if you play basketball, sometimes someone can only dribble with their right hand. You always know they're going right, so you got to move your body in the other direction, force them to dribble with their left hand, and then you could steal the ball. Special Counsel Jack Smith knows Trump's got one move. It's delay, 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 and then basically hope that through harassment, intimidation, and undermining the judicial system extrajudicially, not utilizing normal defense strategies, that the politics or some external force, in the case of the 2020 election, an actual insurrection, tries to topple the legitimate processes. That's Donald Trump's playbook. Special Counsel Jack Smith and their team are calling it out in this motion. And just so you know how obsessed Donald Trump is over this March 2024 trial date and all of the maneuvering he's trying to do to get all of these cases moved, because he knows he's toast. He knows he's losing these cases. He knows that the key witnesses are Trumpers. You heard that right. The key witnesses against Donald Trump in the cases are people who worked for Trump, are Republicans, are people like Mark Meadows and Pence, or Republicans like the Secretary of State in Georgia, Brad Raffensperger. It's people like that who are going to be testifying against Donald Trump at trial. So Trump knows he's toast. He's trying to delay. And so the reporting that's out today, and this was in an Atlantic piece as well, that was a bombshell piece, and it talked about how when that March 2024 date was set, Trump leveled a 30-minute tantrum at his lawyer, Todd Blanche, and said to him, you little effing you-know-what, you're going to cause me the election. You're going to be the reason. You are a little effer. You're going to cost me all of it, is what he said about the trial date. So watch what Trump's doing. Special Counsel Jack Smith is certainly doing that, calling it out to Judge Cannon. Do I think that Judge Cannon is going to alter the delay that she wants to cause? I don't. I think that Judge Cannon is going to do anything she can to help Donald Trump. But nonetheless, Jack Smith is going to keep on building this record before Judge Cannon. So at the appropriate time, he can make whatever necessary motions are needed to be made about her. But he also doesn't want to slow down that May 2024 trial date yet. And Judge Cannon doesn't want to move it yet because she knows Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis may swoop in and set the Georgia RICO case date in May of 2024 if Cannon moves the date for the Southern District of Florida case. So that's what's going on, folks. Hit subscribe. We're on our way to 2 million subscribers thanks to your support. Check us out at patreon.com/MeidasTouch and have an excellent day.
Hey Meidas Mighty, love this report? Continue the conversation by following us on Instagram at MeidasTouch to keep up with the most important news of the day. What are you waiting for? Follow us now.